Mission 4, Den of Thieves. Because of their fundamental role in the Imperial Navy, CNR and our engineers are vital to the Empire's hold on the galaxy. Their ceaseless toil is responsible for the most recent Starship prototype, currently in transit to the rendezvous of the Imperial fleet. Alliance intelligence discovered it only days ago and offered a substantial reward for the prototype's capture. Rebel Alliance smugglers are prepared to ambush a vulnerable shipment, and the modest Imperial escort must safely deliver its precious cargo.
So we're back with mission number 4. Got Ice Dan versus JB. How appropriate. The shirt, the ship. We've got a bigger mission today. We're playing 100 points smuggler run.
Yeah.
Called something like that. And the whole point is I am playing Imperials again. I'm trying to get these 3 container tokens across the board. We realized the last missions we had the board a little too big, so we've shrunk it down to 3 by just about 3. I think it's 39 inches across. Close enough. And I've got escort craft here and here that can make these containers go faster. Every turn they just move up. They just float across the field. He has 1 smuggler in the Falcon, naturally. He's going to try to get within range 1 of each container and try to steal it. I think he has to steal 2?
It's 2.
To win, and I have to get 2 off the table to win. So the first one to get 2. He's got the Falcon with Lando Calrissian piloting.
Yep.
And then Chewbacca
As a co-pilot.
Co-pilot, and then anti-pursuit lasers, which sounds like a pain. Then we've got a little A-wing here. Last time he came, it didn't go well. And he's got a prototype pilot, so basic, cheap, and then cluster missiles. And then finally, he's got a very small but elite force. Well, kind of elite. He's got a rookie pilot for the X-wing, but he has R2-D2 and proton torpedoes. So we'll see how that does. We kind of have extreme lists here. He has very few, but a fair amount of upgrades, and I have a lot. I've got 2 TIE Academy pilots. Got one here and here. I tried to keep things cheap, fit a bunch of ships in. I got 2 interceptors. One is a Saber squadron pilot here, and then the character Kir Kanos here, and he's got a shield upgrade, so he gets 1 shield token. Woo. And then we have the Bastion, the shuttle, the Lambda Class shuttle, and it is Captain Yor, who allows me to take stress tokens away from the other ships and stuff. And then he has a rebel captive, which is kind of cool, so I can make him stressed. And that's it. So I'm trying to escort these 3 tokens across the table, and we have interesting deployment. He got to deploy in like a U, like that, I believe it was. He just couldn't deploy within range 2 of any containers. So he could just fit the Falcon in the back. I miscalculated. Should have deployed this back a little bit further to cut off that corner, but you live and you learn. So we'll come back after round 1. After kind of crazy turn 1, things moved around a little bit, trying to get better positions. We had a couple of flip moves here, facing each other. Over here, the shuttle can just sit still, so I did after the X-wing there crashed into him. The interceptor moved up. He kind of just sitting there like a goon. Wasn't really sure what to do with him. And he moved up just a little bit. Lots of target locking here, but JB forgot to use either of them. He didn't quite finish this ship off. It's got 1 full point left. And we still have to move the containers up, but they're just going to move up 2. Not very far. So far this is the only damage here. I think I took 1 shield off the A-wing.
Yeah.
From back here.
Yeah.
So hopefully next turn the interceptors can get stuck in and do something good. This is a pain. Right in behind me is going to be an issue. Turn 2. The smuggler forgot to smuggle again. JB did his actions, and then I said, hey, you forgot to try to get this container. And he said, oh, no. So in other news, the Falcon took out the 1 Academy pilot behind him with his 360 line of sight. I had to roll 3 evades, and I rolled 2. Almost had it. This pilot shot here took out the last of the A-Wing's shield. This guy tried to get in the way of the Falcon, but he went the other way. Over here, this interceptor is just trying to do something useful eventually, and the shuttle is just zooming around, trying to kind of stay near that container, actually escorting. So only real damage was the loss of that one Academy pilot.
Which
Maybe next
big,
turn.
Which is good.
That's 1 out of 5 ships. Something.
Yeah.
Hopefully next turn he'll remember to try to smuggle.
Wah, wah.
Or maybe I'll kill the Falcon.
No, you won't.
No, I won't. End of turn, I think 4?
Yep.
Turn 4. The smuggler was not able to smuggle. He accidentally crashed into the interceptor, so wasn't able to do an action. So he's sitting on top of the container right now. We got to move him again. I keep forgetting to do that. The red interceptor special guy, I forget his name. He finished off the A-wing. Got a nice 2 hits and a crit.
Yep.
And didn't evade any of them. Super lucky rolls for me. He shot the guy here in the butt, didn't do anything. And then over here, I think he shot and did one shield off of the shuttle. So I'm going to have these move up, and it'll be turn, I think, 5?
Yeah.
Alright. This round saw some nail-biting action.
Oh,
The
so
Falcon
bad.
shot here, did a bunch of damage. Well, did 2 damage to him. And then he took a long-range shot here, and only because it was at range 3 did I survive. I rolled
3. You rolled 3 to save.
He had 2 hits, or 2 crits and a hit, and I rolled two evades, and then I said, I got 1 more dice because you're at range 3, and I rolled another evade, so he survived somehow.
Crazy.
Actually, I believe the shuttle can shoot the Falcon.
Yeah.
I forgot about
Wanna
him.
try that?
Out of sequence, but it's not going to kill or anything, so... measure, that's at 3, right?
Yeah.
Gotta be. Alright, so he gets 4 shots. Nope, my bad, 3 shots. And a hit and a crit.
I've got 2 evades. 1 evade.
Alright.
So 1 hit.
So 1
shield.
crit. Oh, you lose a shield, right.
Shield comes
Okay,
off.
so we did a little bit of damage to the Falcon. He tried to steal this one. He finally remembered and was able to do an action, but he failed. So he'll be better at it next turn. And then again, we got to move all these up before we go. This one's going to go further, and I think this one here will also go further than normal. After a bunch more shooting, the Falcon had to move too far away from that one container here, so it made it off the edge, and it's now mine. So I have half of my objective complete. He's got to move up and smuggle this container, or else it's over, because 1 more turn will be off the table. No one really cares about that one.
I care about that one.
Well, you have to get both of them.
Right.
But you have to get this one next turn, or else it's over.
One.
Otherwise, we finished off all the shields on the Falcon. We shot her from here, here, and here. And then he shot, what? You shot the Falcon at the red interceptor.
Right. And
he evaded because he was awesome. And then this guy shot here, and he also evaded everything.
Yeah.
Funny fact, the shuttle has had this guy target locked the entire game, but hasn't got it within his sights. Kind of funny. This interceptor is hanging on with 1 whole point remaining. He's just trying to stay alive at this point. And it's basically all comes down to the smuggler. Can he move up and steal this thing? Now, does he get better at smuggling no matter what container it is? Or because he failed...
Right.
He failed to
it doesn't
smuggle.
matter which container. He still gets better at smuggling.
So he could very well get this one next turn, and then it'll be really close.
Right. Hopefully. We'll see.
Well, no, not hopefully.
Hopefully.
So the end of whatever turn this is.
Ah.
We didn't get to do much with shooting and whatnot. I think he tried to finish off the red TIE fighter, but he...
Whiff.
Yeah, he evaded with ease. And then we did 4 damage to the Falcon with a direct hit damage card, but Chewbacca sacrificed himself to discard the card and put a whole point back, or a shield back. But none of that matters because at the end of the phase, this goes off the table because he did not successfully smuggle it. So I have collected 2 of the containers, and the Imperials get their information. So in our little campaign of the basic missions, it is now 2-2 Rebels versus Imperials. So someday we'll get back together and play some more of the missions. I think we have up to 7 available, so we've got 3 more to go, and hopefully we'll escalate even more. Thanks for watching.